These are 15 of the worst landing fails for my series Weekly Dose of Aviation. In this video we've got planes overrunning runways, collisions, failures and more. First up is this Cessna Citation that couldn't stop in time and overran the runway at an airport in Texas.
Oh my gosh.
The probable cause was that the runway was simply too short for the plane to be able to stop given the wet surface conditions, and the pilot reported that he should have not accepted the trip. Luckily, no one was injured. This plane had just touched down when it went off the runway and crashed into a parked helicopter. The pilot lost control while landing in St. Barthélemy, but luckily everyone was okay afterwards. This Boeing 737 landing in New York struck its wing into the ground.
Hey, that wing hit the ground.
It then went around for a second attempt and landed safely with some wing damage. This Landsat LX-7 overran the runway and went through a fence onto a road where it collided with a car.
Not good. Not good.
According to the pilot, the power lever ball came off, and with the power stuck at idle, he couldn't reverse to slow down, resulting in the brakes fading. This happened at an airport in Texas, and luckily everyone was okay. This cargo Boeing 747 landing at LAX was forced to go around at the last second due to wind shear, but it was too late and one of its engines struck the ground. After that, the go-around was performed and the aircraft diverted to another airport and landed safely. This Boeing 737 landing at John Wayne Airport landed really hard during Storm Hilary, and then its landing gear collapsed.
But why is he turning? Why is he turning? Brakes. I'll get brakes. Holy shit. What the?
Here you can see sparks flying as the engine scrapes across the ground.
There's sparks outside. What the fuck? Why is there sparks outside?
The plane finally came to a stop, unable to taxi to the gate, with one of its engines resting on the ground. Luckily, no one was injured. This Boeing 737 blew out its front tire on landing, causing the nose gear to collapse. The plane had flown from Liverpool to Dublin, and luckily no one was injured. This plane was approaching an airport in Armenia when they hit a bird.
Minimum 200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard, retard, retard.
This Airbus A380 landing didn't go as planned, and the huge plane almost veered off the runway. This Airbus A321 attempting to land in Manchester during a storm was not successful and floated down the entire runway. This Boeing 777 landing during a storm in Paris suffered a strong wind gust at the worst moment, resulting in this. This Boeing 737 landing very hard before the touchdown zone due to wind shear. The person recording was not really prepared for the early landing, but still managed to catch the touchdown. According to them, the plane was damaged because of the hard landing, and this happened at an airport in the Caribbean. This Airbus A380 was landing in Dubai when it hit a departing plane's wake turbulence, forcing it to go around.
As you noticed, we had to discontinue our approach today on the first attempt, and the reason was because we encountered some heavy turbulence from the aircraft ahead of us.
This Boeing 747 hit a wind gust right before touching down, resulting in a long float. By the time the plane touched down, not enough runway was left to safely stop, forcing it to go around. This F-15 had to make an emergency landing after an issue with its hydraulics, meaning it couldn't brake on its own. In order to stop, it had to release its tailhook and catch an arrestor cable on the runway. And those are just some of the landing fails from the series. You can go watch more on my channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.